Hey church, we're so excited to just be here in our own living room here at home, but with the opportunity that we could have 20 people here if we wanted to, hey? So this is the purpose of just us gathering together and just having a little chat with you this morning. It's just about COVID-19 and where we're up to as a church, and just how the restrictions and how some of the lifting of those restrictions has impacted us or changed things. And we just thought we'd just give you a little bit of an update on where LIVEfree sits in the scheme of all of that.
And so you would have heard, I guess, on the news, lifting of numbers, and we can now have 50 or we can now have 100 or however that sits. And we just wanted to just let people know, because on the surface that sounds fantastic, but there's still a lot of those restrictions actually really impact the way in which we can do church. And so as long as we have a 4 square metre rule, which is one person per 4 square metres and 1.5 metre distancing, and other restrictions, for example, at the moment, like in churches where we can't have congregational singing and a whole lot of other things, it's just really impractical at the moment for us to try and return. And then there's a lot of other things which we actually are working on behind the scenes, which is like safety and what's called we have to have a COVID response and a safety plan, and how hygiene and how all these different things have to get done in the building. And so we're working on how that will all work when in fact we're able to go back in. So there's a lot of logistical stuff that needs to happen. And so at the moment we're continuing with our online services. We appreciate all the responses we've been getting on that and how people have been enjoying them. We're going to continue to do that for the next little while until we might know some more stuff. And then we'll see how we go.
I wanted to thank everybody too for those that have done our survey and just letting know how you're doing while this has been on. That has been great to hear some of your responses. And so the word is out. There is 3/4 of you that are doing church in your pajamas. Who would have thought, right? But we're kind of keen to take church, I guess, to a little bit more of a different level where you can have people home into your own house. So we have always said, I remember in church kind of saying, what would it have been like to live in first century church where, church was back in people's houses and miracles were happening all the time. Well, here's our chance, right? We can go back into people's houses and have church. So we can have up to 20 people in our homes. And so that might mean that you would like to ask people over to your house. Maybe some of the neighbourhood connects can get together and start hosting church at your house. I know we've had one at our house and it was awesome. And so, just ways, be inventive how we can meet together and be inclusive, ask as many as you can. And it's just a really great way to still connect as the body of Christ. And I know with youth, they'll still be doing Zoom, but there is going to be some opportunities in the future where youth will be able to get back into that building, and also possibly even next generation, because there's smaller numbers and we'll be able to manage those things a little bit better. So stay tuned. There could be like a youth pop-up in a park somewhere, or a next generation pop-up in a park somewhere. All of these things might be ways.
Or a church pop-up in a park somewhere, because we can actually do those numbers. And so, we are looking forward to some fellowship and being able to do some time together. And the reality is, in the home with it being private and in the park with it being private, there's just a little bit less restriction, whereas in the church we have to actually obey all the rules, which makes it very difficult. And so the encouragement is take time to share with people, have people over. I know for us and for those who have done it, I've heard a few stories of people inviting people over. It just takes the church experience to another level, because you're having some real quality fellowship at the same time. And so, really avail yourself of that and get to contact in on some people that you haven't actually seen in a while. Be great.
Awesome. We'll hopefully see you somewhere in a Zoom room or in a Connect group at some stage. And ring us anytime you want, anytime that you need to have a chat or just ask for clarification on anything, or if you're just struggling, please feel free to contact me and Matt, and we'll only be too happy to talk to you.
Absolutely. And as the restrictions ease, we'll give you another update when we know what's happening. So,
good things, yeah?
Yeah, good things. That's great, church. Talk to you soon.